For watching this, this is 𝐵𝐴𝐴 X Listener Part 5. Sorry for the noise in the background. That's the air conditioner. It's still loud as ever, but I need it because it's really hot. So, anyways, let's get into it. You both had made progress with the work and with your social skills to each other. Surprisingly, 𝐵𝐴𝐴 was actually alright having you beside him. You didn't tolerate and triggered him too much, since you listened and followed him perfectly. You'd only ask questions occasionally as well. You were slightly smart and logical student, but whenever you do, he'd hit you with the ruler that he has to, which you'd reply with a huff. You stretched your arms. The both of you had finished studying and reading the said lesson on, so what was left to do was the planning and creating, indicating that it was a great progress already. "Hey, can I have your number?" you asked. He looked at you with one of his eyebrows raised. "You know, for school purposes, and even not, I still want it since you as my friend." You smirked cheerfully. "Friend? Dollface, you should know by now that I don't do those kind of things." 𝐵𝐴𝐴 hissed. "Aw, it wouldn't be that bad. Besides, Kirshi was your friend, isn't he?" 𝐵𝐴𝐴 just rolled his eyes, to which you just laughed in response, bringing out your phone. "We still need to exchange, though." He sighed and brought out his phone as well. "Here." As soon as you both of you finished exchanging numbers, you two were caught off guard when you had heard a bark of a dog. You turned your head to the side to see a blonde Pomeranian. Beside the blonde Pomeranian was a dog with a dark color brown. They quickly headed towards 𝐵𝐴𝐴, who was throwing insults despite the clear display of affection by his pets. Your eyes widened with surprise. "You have dogs?" "Yeah, my dad wanted fur balls." He rolled his eyes, but continued to pet and ruffle them. You gasped. "Can I pet them?" He nodded, handing you the blonde one. You cooed at making it bark in delight. You patted it, to which the dog leaned to your touch. 𝐵𝐴𝐴 smirked. Looks like they like you, Dollface." "They're so cute," you laughed, gushing. "Where have they been earlier?" "Probably asleep," he replied, to which you nodded in understanding. "So, what's their names?" "The blonde's a girl, Haruki. The brown one's a boy, Haruto," she says, staring at you. You gasped. "Haruki, a good girl, aren't you?" You played, squishing her in a manner. She barked happily, licking your fingers, to which Haruto also made his way to your lap, barking for attention. "We don't want to leave Haruto out now, do we?" You laughed, picking up the dog, hugging it while booping your fingers on his nose playfully. The sight of you being playful around his dogs in front of 𝐵𝐴𝐴 only warmed his heart more. Even his dogs liked you, and that was quite no surprise at all. You never failed to blend in with people so quickly, so it seemed like you were effective with animals as well. 𝐵𝐴𝐴 laid his arms on his knee, to which he rested his chin on. He continued to adore your happy self, playing with them, taking and admiring in your laugh and grin. The boy never liked animals, and his dogs were no exception. He only thought of them as annoying, loud, furry, and smelly beings that only want food and shelter. But for some reason, his perspective changed a little, seeing how his dogs made you a whole lot happier. It warmed his heart to know that you were smiling. However, you noticed him staring at you. You blushed, looking away as soon as you stole a quick glance at him. Truth be told, you already felt yourself falling for him as each time had passed spent with him. Brushing it off, you and 𝐵𝐴𝐴 snapped back to reality since your phone rang. You scooted both Haruki and Haruto slightly away, bringing your phone out from your pocket to place it on your ear. Hello?" "Why, and dear, it's almost time for dinner." An older voice from the other line says. "Okay, Grandma, I'll be back home soon." You ended the call, turning to look at 𝐵𝐴𝐴. "I need to go home now." He nodded, standing up while you quickly kept your things. You stood up, picked up your bag, and gave the two dogs a quick pat before heading to the door, wearing your shoes. "Thanks for the time, 𝐵𝐴𝐴. I had so much fun. See you tomorrow." You chirped, ruffling his hair playfully. 𝐵𝐴𝐴 froze for a second, feeling contact from you. He didn't realize how much a physical interaction with someone could feel so addicting. So as soon as your hand left his head, he frowned and surprisingly wanted more of your touch. Back to reality, Bakugo opened the gate for you, to which you walked out of and bid him a quick wave in the hand. As soon as your figure faded away, Bakugo closed the gate and headed back inside where his dogs were there to greet him. He laid his eyes on a certain colored pen. The boy realized that it belonged to you, so he thought that you were a clumsy and silly idiot to forget it. But after insulting you in his mind, he decided to give the pen back to you tomorrow. However, a sudden hit of realization and hit him. That was until he groaned and rubbed his face with his hands. "Crap," he says. "I should have walked her home. Katsuki, you forgetful piece of..." His dogs barked at him as if they agreed. Bakugo looked back to his pets, petting them, but it seemed like they also wanted your touch. "You furballs miss Dollface now, don't you?" "Yeah, well, no heck. You guys wanted more of her touch," he grumbled before the memory of you ruffling his hair flashed through his mind. Meanwhile, you continued your walk back home with your earphones plugged in. You were approaching your neighborhood, so constant familiar faces passed by to which you exchanged greetings with. Because as usual, you always have and you always will. It was a great and polite habit you had learned to be grateful for. However, despite the occasional greetings here and there, something felt odd. You felt a pair of eyes gawking at you, burning holes behind your back. Feeling uneasy, you turned around to stare at the pair of eyes that disappeared as soon as your eyes locked with the stranger's. Thinking it was a one-time thing, you continued to walk home faster just in case, because you couldn't help but feel unsettled. Okay, so thank you for watching this video, and sorry for some of the mistakes and the noise in the background again, but part 6 will be filmed tomorrow. I'll post it tomorrow. I'll film it tomorrow. I'll post it tomorrow. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!